Finance Minister has just delivered a truly exciting budget. I believe it's a future-focused budget. Let's begin with where we are, and that is we've moved from the 10th largest economy to the 5th, and we're aspiring to be the 3rd largest economy in the world. This is not only remarkable, but it's also the place that India should be. At a macro level, I think the GDP growth momentum is incredible, growing at 7% or 6.9%. We have been often referred to as the shining spot in a world where you're seeing, 1%, 2% negative growth. And the interesting other aspect is that services is also growing at 9.1%. So everybody would have expected a pre-election budget to say jobs, jobs, jobs. I think they gave an impetus to jobs without saying it. Because when you look at the infrastructure spending at 10 lakh crores and a growth of 33%, this kind of allocation of 3.3% of the GDP is a strong platform for growth for today and for the future. And all of us know that the lever of capital infrastructure spending, it creates employment and therefore puts more money in the hands of the people and therefore has a positive effect on all aspects of the economy. Now, in addition to the hard assets, there's a very good focus on the soft assets, which is jobs, youth, skilling, employment generation. And I want to add one other dimension that I saw in this, which is in the year of G20, I saw a very global outlook in this budget, which was green, which was equity, which was youth, and digital. So all these are very, future-looking kind of scenarios. There was, clearly stated a strong thinking on the environment. So green energy, mobility, carbon credits, good allocations toward that, and rewards to citizens for good performance in that. Very specific to healthcare, the government has done an increased allocation to 2.1%, but creeping up from 1.8, 1.9, it's gone to 2.1%. But interestingly, it's a 15% higher than what was spent last year. So that is the nice point for me, because there was a budgetary allocation which was kept, including vaccines. They didn't need to use that much for vaccine. So the actual enhancement is 15% than what was spent last year. So this is a strong kind of allocation towards healthcare. And I believe if we combine the states and the center allocation, it's anticipated to be 2.5% of GDP. So therefore, this will be an improvement in our SDGs. It's a move in the right direction. The chief economic advisor said that the digital public infra can add up to 100 basis points of the GDP growth. And this is an area in which they're also talking about, PPP. So I'm excited to see that. Of course, there was a lot of, nice proclamation on sickle cell anemia. There was the 157 nursing colleges. There was skilling, device skilling. There was also AI with a healthcare focus. So all these are also looking at healthcare in the current and healthcare in the future. And I believe just reading between the lines on the tourism allocation, I'm very sure that we'll have a medical value travel or a medical tourism angle into the tourism budget. I'm going to make sure that we're reaching out and tapping into that budget appropriately for the healthcare sector. I was also happy with the focus with ICMR, clinical trials and research, and the fact that there's an opening now for the private sector to work in joint trials with ICMR. At a personal level, I'm happy about, the relief to the salaried sector. I'm seeing our nurses paying less tax and having more money in their hands, at least our senior nurses who are in that category. So this was definitely a budget which is speaking about a confident India. So if you're asking for one word, it's a confident India. It's India playing on the front foot. It's a green, digital, equitable India, which is future ready.